Well, Timothy Ross here. Came across this very interesting little article that was written on Facebook. It does cover some of the numbers. In the background, you'll hear Charlie Brown Christmas. Anyway, this is definitely worth a read. Interestingly, though, I can't copy and paste. So I'm going to read it and record it and share it that way. So let's just go from the top. So, regardless of how you feel, it speaks to our common sensibilities. Here it is. This was copied from someone else's post. Whether the numbers are exact or not, I still find the premise of this person's opinion valid. Sometimes, to think about it, 142 people died of COVID in Canada yesterday. Sounds alarming, right? I'm not sure if it was really yesterday, but let's just say it was yesterday. I think that's the goal, to alarm us, because it is alarming. It got me thinking, what if they threw all kinds of numbers at us every day? Would COVID still be the most popular on social media? Perhaps. Maybe if we heard comparison numbers, we would feel different. Maybe. Let's go over all these numbers and be fair about it, okay? With a little love. So, COVID, December 11th, 2020, 142 deaths yesterday. 4,157 suicides last year, averaging 11 per day. I never knew this number. Mental health receives such little attention. The leading cause of death in our young people, the same young people who have socially restricted. Who's fighting for them? Over 80,000 people died of cancer last year in Canada. That's about 220 a day. I didn't know that. Someone's mother, father, daughter, son. Absolutely tragic. I couldn't find out how many people died of the flu because, from what I gather, flu isn't usually marked as cause of death. But if someone has the number, let's have a moment of silence for those lives. Just a little side note, listen to the pastor. He made a comment that nobody's died of the flu this year. Interesting commentary. Now back to the story. 689 people died of heart disease. That's more than 750 a day. Wow. If I heard that every day, I would probably eat more veggies and less deep-fried goodness. This number is outrageous. Why aren't we banning and boycotting places like McDonald's or outlawing cigarettes? 1,500 killed and over 63,000 injured by drunk drivers each year in Canada. That means 5 a day and many more injured, and we still sell alcohol. Tell me again how much the government is concerned about your life. Side note, they like the taxes they collect and all that stuff. Numbers next. 6,912 died from Alzheimer's. That's 18 a day. 41,500 from diabetes. That's 113 a day. And sugar is the number one ingredient in our marketplace. Yet no one is bombarding us with the health stats about sugar and its risk to your health. About 57,000 a year die of stroke. That's about 156 each day. Almost 2 million jobs were lost in April from COVID. It appears over half of those are still unemployed. That would work out to an average of 5,479 a day. That's a huge impact on the economy and a lot of mouths to feed, especially when our Prime Minister hikes up the carbon tax 467%. 5.8 million children die each year from hunger. That's 15,000 a day, approximately 4 a minute, and we close our eyes and ignore. 905 died over the age of 70 in Canada last year. That's a whopping 564 people each day. Wow. And to top it off, if you look at the deaths over the past 5 years in Canada, they all average about the same. In fact, this fall has the least deaths over the past 5 years. So tell me again how COVID is threatening to overwhelm us. Media is a powerful player. We can't dismiss that perhaps a major bias is being spoon-fed to us through their garbage propaganda. Yeah, I said garbage because that's exactly what it is. My point is, we aren't bombarded with these numbers every day, and if we were, we would all be shocked. I didn't realize 500 elderly died each day. That is so sad. Someone loved them, and they mattered too. And currently, those 500 a day are locked away thinking about that. Every patriotic COVID supporter, they are looking up our grandparents, our parents. That is abusive. They're locking up our grandparents, our parents. That is abusive, absolutely abusive in every sense of the word. Ask Grandma if she would like to see her kids, her grandkids. I will guarantee her answer will be yes. Statistically, be a resounding yes, with tears running down her face. Shame on our system. You can't tell me this is okay. So the argument that COVID is contagious is valid with a transmission rate of 1%. That means if I sat with 100 people, one is probably to catch it. Sure, that's too many, but 99% will recover. So when you put it like that, how does shutting down the world make any sense? The numbers posted above get dismissed every single day, and COVID is controlling our every move, controlling what we say, controlling how close we stand to loved ones, controlling who we see. Who gave COVID so much power? Oh, right, the politicians, who love us like we were their children. You eat an apple that is sprayed, you fly in planes, you drive cars, you walk across the street, you eat peanuts out of the local pub's infested bowl. You get a little water from the river in your mouth and keep swimming. We take risks every day. I would rather die of COVID surrounded by my family than live isolated and alone. Statistically speaking, you are 12 times more likely to be murdered in the city of Calgary than to be killed by this virus if you are under the age of 60. More likely that you would be struck dead by lightning than die under the age of 20. Tell me again how this warrants a little global shutdown. Tell me again that something bigger isn't driving this nonsense. Every life matters, but we aren't concerned with all the toxic garbage on the supermarket shelves, which, by the way, is the number one cause of heart disease and cancer. When the government stops selling cigarettes, the leading cause of cancer, sugar creates cereals and Cheetos. Number one cause of child obesity and MSG and aspartame that poison people, and all the dyes and preservatives our government approves for human consumption. Then we can talk about how they care about our health and well-being. Until then, I would rather be with my friends and family at Christmas and take my chances with COVID. I would also like to be free to work, earn a living, and move around the world the way I could have 9 short months ago. This may be the biggest fraudulent crime against humanity the world has ever seen. Well, that's quite a statement. I'm sure a lot of those numbers actually kind of make sense if you just do a little flip through the obituary notices in your paper or online. I think those numbers probably lining up. Anyway, take care. Talk to you later. Over and out. Cheers.